Hello everyone. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Christy of Christy Archer Designs, and today I have for you a knitting podcast. I am thankful to have you here. If you are a new visitor, welcome, and I hope you are interested in being inspired by my knitting projects. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you. You know I appreciate you so much. And I would love to have all of you take one quick second and punch the little like button real quick. And then if you have not already, I would love to have you subscribe and click the notification bell. I don't think I'm going to be sending out newsletters any longer for letting everyone know every time I post a podcast. So make sure you select the bell icon so that you are notified when I upload. All right, with all of that out of the way, today is Sunday, October 1st, and it has been a week since I did my last podcast. That sounds like a confession. It's been a week since my last confession. Oh, I just bumped the table, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit closer to the table than I normally sit. And I apologize for the harsh lighting. For my returning viewers, you'll notice that I have rearranged my living room, and we are going to be changing all the lights in the house because they have a very warm glow to them right now, and I want white lights. This is a tangent and I'm sorry, but I bought white light bulbs to change them. They're all pot lights, only to discover they are not light bulbs. They are little LED actual light fixtures. And so we had to order the light fixtures, and we've got somebody coming out next weekend to replace all 15 of them because I'm just trying so hard to get rid of this yellow glow that I have going on. So in the meantime, I have one of my studio lights, and I did not put a diffuser on it because it just wasn't strong enough with the diffuser. So I may have shadows today, and I apologize for that. Next week should be better. Okay, all of that is out of the way. Let's get into the knitting. What I'm wearing, this is the Stockholm slipover. I'm sorry, not Stockholm. This is the holiday slipover by Petite Knit, and this was an FO last week. And so if you want to hear more about that, I'm going to try to figure out how to pop up one of those links, and I will also have the podcast where I talked about this linked in the description box. So when you're done with this podcast, you can go check that one out if you haven't already. So after I did this one, I did one for my daughter, and it is all done. And sorry, I had it folded. It's still just a little bit damp. It was blocking today. I blocked it this morning. So this is once again the holiday slipover by Petite Knit, and I used Lion Brand's Hue and Me, and this is the color Agave, and it took 2 hanks to make mine and 2 hanks to make my daughter. Hers had leftovers. This is a top-down construction. It has a very long armhole, and everything is finished off with a 1x1 rib with an Italian bind-off, and it has a high-low hem with a split hem, and it is so much fun to style. I have so many great ideas for styling this. I'll show the back. Sorry, I didn't do that. I'm trying to get the wrinkle out. But yeah, I'm very pleased with this. It is done at a very bulky weight, and actually This is a tighter gauge than what the pattern calls for. So you could even go with a larger yarn than this, but this is a bulky weight. And if I remember correctly, I may not remember correctly. I'm thinking it either called for 11 stitches per 4 inches or that was what I got. I can't remember, but it whips up super fast on, for me, I used US 11 needles for the stockinette. I used 10.5 for the 1x1 ribbing until I got to the last round. And on fairies, I used a US 9. My US 10s were being used on something else, so I used a US 9 for the last round of 1x1 ribbing before I did the Italian bind off. And it just gives the Italian bind off a neater finish if you go down a needle size. So anyway, yeah, love this, and I'm loving wearing mine and looking forward to having a lot of fun styling this one because it has such a distinct style to it. It really makes your outfits a lot of fun. It's not just a traditional vest, so I'm really enjoying this. And actually that was my second FO. I didn't show my first finished object. My first finished object was a work in progress in my last podcast. I did get it finished. So I did talk about this in the last podcast a little bit, and again, it will be linked below with this one. This is the Thea, and again, I had it folded. This is the Thea, and this is a top-down construction with a scooped neck. It has a standard armhole length, so this is just a very traditional kind of vest, and I actually am buying an outfit for it right now, and I'm really excited. I'm going to wear that on the next podcast so you can see it, and I'll pop pictures up and everything as I have them. But yeah, this is a beautiful project, and this is done out of Cascade 220 Sport. It is a non-superwash, which I love working with non-superwash. It's so nice to be able to just spit splice the ends together and not have to go back and weave in. I don't mind weaving in, but I don't like the inside of my projects looking messy. So I like the fact that you don't have a lot of tails poking, you know, hanging out on the inside. Not that it shows, but that's just how I am. And this is color Rose Cloud. Had to think for a second. This is colorway Rose Cloud, and it took just over 3 hanks, and they're 50-gram hanks. And I bought my yarn from Wool & Company. I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I highly recommend them as a yarn company. They are just, their prices are very fair, and they don't charge shipping, which I just love. So yeah, it does not have a split hem. It has a standard hem. And when I did the neck binding first, and I did the Italian bind off on the neck binding, wasn't really thrilled with it. So on my armholes and then on the hem, I just did a standard bind off, and I think that looks a lot cleaner. If you can see how this looks kind of bumpy and messy, whereas this just gives a real clean edge. My original thought was that I would rip this binding out and redo it, but then I thought I'm going to be wearing a button-up blouse with it, so it's not going to show. If it bothers me too much, I'll go back and rip it out and do a standard binding. But yeah, very pleased with this. I did do this one a little bit longer than the last one. And the reason for that is I do like to do French tucks. So I wanted to have just a little bit of extra length on that. This is size 36, I believe. That's normally what I do, but I have been in the process of losing weight, and I can't remember if I did a 34 on this, but I think I did a 36 on this, and I may start going down to a 34. So yeah, that is the Thea top. Thea vest. I think I said that wrong last time too. I think it's the Thea vest. I'll link it below along with yarn and everything else. So that is it for my FOs. And for my whips, I actually have two going. I started one and then thought that's not really what I was in the mood for, so I switched and started another one. So I'll show what I started first, and that is actually the same vest, the same cardigan as this. This is my Sticks and Stones cardigan, and I bought enough yarn to make two more for myself and one more for my daughter. And this is the beginnings of that. This is using Wool of the Andes, and this is colorway Cobblestone. And this is a really fun knit. I did neck shaping on this one. I did not do on my other. I just wanted to kind of see the difference. A lot of the times on a raglan cardigan, first of all, I have a sway back, which means that I generally need a shorter length in the back anyway, so I can generally pull my things up higher in the back. So I don't necessarily have to do neck shaping, but I did go ahead and do it on this. I just wanted to see the difference in the fit. So yeah, that's what that is. And then I really had in mind, I wanted to do a fun V-neck cardigan with a really low V. I just thought for the winter months here in the desert, throw a little tank top or a t-shirt underneath with some jeans, and that will be just like a great uniform kind of vibe for my closet. I do wear my cardigans year round, and I really, really, really do love a good cardigan. So I started the, sorry, let me check my notes. What did I start? Sorry. The Champagne Cardigan by Petite Knit. Wow, I don't know why I could not remember that. I'll pop a picture up here of what it looks like. But I am so excited about the color and the yarn that I'm using. I've used this yarn before, and I do really enjoy working with this. I do think it's going to be better for me as a cardigan. As with most wool sweaters, I think a cardigan works best for me because a full-on wool sweater for me here is just a little too much. So I am using, oh, my ball is all messed up. I am using, if I can tidy this up a little bit, and grab my tag, must be in the bedroom. So this is Knit Picks Upcycle Alpaca, and I don't have the tag with me. I apologize. I'll put the information in the description box and I will link it. But it is an alpaca blend, and they take fibers that were that like the fluff that kind of fell out or whatever, and they repurpose it with other fibers into this yarn. So I do like the fact that they are taking what would have been waste and turned it into a yarn that is fantastic to work with. The twist on this is amazing. I'm not a boucle person, but it almost gives a boucle effect, but when it is blocked, it kind of levels out a little bit, but it's because that twist is so tight. So yeah, I am working on that. That is how far I got, and I'm hoping by next podcast, I'm hoping this will be finished. If not finished, a good bit more done on it. But I am thoroughly enjoying this project, and I may, depending on how long this takes, I may do another vest at the same time. And I wanted to bring the yarn, I brought the yarns this time that I didn't bring last time. So I have I talked about this last time, I am going to be doing the Stockholm slipover out of this yarn, and this is again Cascade 220 Sport, and this is a 100% Peruvian Highland wool. It is absolutely not scratchy, but it is a woolly wool. It is not merino, but I can wear this next to skin without any irritation at all. Now, this other does have a little bit of a bite to it, not a lot, but just a little bit, and that must be whatever wool is in it, but the alpaca softens it up a good bit. So, but this is definitely for me next to skin, and this is the colorway West. Why do I keep forgetting it? And of course, I bet it's not on the tag, because I think they do numbers on the tags. Yeah, it doesn't have it just says color number is 9325, but you can see it's Peruvian Highland wool. Let's see, it's 50 grams and 164 yards. And it was West something Heather Blue. I can't remember. I almost remember it. So anyway, Stockholm slipover, I'll pop a picture up. This may be what I cast on as my next vest. I did talk about my other knits that I will be doing for the fall and winter as well. But I will go over them again real quick. This is going to be the Esther vest, and I just love the heathering in this. And I'll pop the Esther vest up again. I was trying to say heathered and Esther. And then I am doing, originally I thought about doing the Friday slipover, but I think I've changed my mind and I'm going to do another Thea, but I'm going to modify it and make it with a V-neck instead out of this. And this was Doe Heather, and I think this was, can't remember. I'll pop the names up. So yeah, that is it for this week, and I am having fun coming back more often. I hope you're enjoying the shorter episodes and visits more often. I love it when you guys come and hang out with me. Please pop a quick comment down and just say hello. Just let me know that you stopped by, and it would really it would really help me out if you would just say hello to me in the comments. You don't have to leave anything long. And definitely take a quick moment, if you haven't already, and give this video a thumbs up. And if you like it, maybe you can share it with some of your friends. And definitely subscribe. I would love to see you again next week. So that's it for today, and I will see you guys again very soon. Bye.